What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is erinbies. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. Guys, it has been a year. I had to actually look this up. It's been a year since I've done an MLM Horror Stories video, and so I want to apologize to you guys for that because the emails that you have sent, I see them. I went through everything this weekend. I'm going to start catching up on MLM Horror Stories, and I think it's important. These stories are important because these are real people who have chosen to remain anonymous and have shared their experiences, whether it was their personal experiences or a loved one or a friend that joined an MLM. So they're important stories. By the way, if you guys would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media handles. But I want to get into today's video. I want to start reading some of these stories because they're pretty bad. And it's going to be a bunch of different companies. So bear with me, okay? But welcome to MLM Horror Stories number 4. All right. So this first one, I'm just going to read it. And I'm not really sure exactly what company it is, but we'll find out. Hello, Erin. I wasn't personally an MLM rep, but my best friend invited me to join her Twitter friends' Facebook makeup party back in, I believe it was December of 2019. I actually enjoyed the party and ordered a few products. $50 was my limit. Anyways, I was asked to invite 5 people to watch a tutorial we would have in January of 2020, and I did manage to do so. I felt sleazy as I did invite my friends and family. Before we even had the tutorial, I had a customer service issue because I accidentally got a double set of products. She was making me do the job she had been taking care of as my distributor, and while I would have been fine doing the legwork, her attitude irked me. I let her know how I felt about this, and that's when she threw the "I'm sorry your grief is causing you to behave this way." Oh my God. I had just lost my uncle in late December 2020, and she started acting like a donkey. Another name for a donkey. Oh, in January 2021. I'm really sorry for your loss of your uncle. I'm sure that was really hard. I canceled my account and used a few choice words before blocking her. She actually tried to manipulate our mutual friend to figure me out. What? Thank God my actual friend didn't listen to her BS. That's a good friend. Yeah. This woman had a liver transplant after years of being a high power attorney. So to see her in an MLM still is really sad. She works for Synergence / LipSense and continues to harass my single mom bestie every few months. Girl. When my bestie told the distributor most recently she had to use her money for her kids, the distributor replied, "Bummer." That's atrocious. Story 2 is much shorter, but I wanted to share anyway. During lockdown, I found out about the Watts family murders in Shanann. I always say her name wrong. Shanann. Sorry. Watts being a top earner of Lavelle / Thrive. I reached out to her friend Nicole and was interested in a sample pack. She had a very bored attitude. Bored is in quotes in this email, while talking to me on the phone, and I find it hilarious the sample pack never showed up. She also failed to check in and see if I had received it. I assumed that was the universe telling me hell no to MLMs. We love that here. After the Lavelle incident, my husband sat me down in front of an anti-MLM creator's video, The Illuminati, and I was instantly drawn in. Hubby said his first experience with MLMs was his former stepmom having an at-home romance party when he was around 10. I wish I knew when Pure Romance started. LOL. He is very anti-MLM. Thank you for taking the time to read this and for all you do. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sharing your story. Yikes. That's just the first one. It was 2 stories in one. What did you guys think about that one? Story number 2 is actually Melaleuca, but it's a customer account. So brace yourselves. Also, I am going to start covering Melaleuca, so prepare for that. I joined Melaleuca as a customer to support a friend. It seemed as though it was a great concept, like an online Sam's Club. I got in on what I thought was this great special and was able to join the club for $1. When she originally spoke to me about the shop club, she said I can order anytime during the month. I just had to make a 35-point order, which at the time seemed like no big deal. And at least once a month, you had to order that. I became a customer of the shop club on the 9th of the month. I wanted to go through what I already had at home and see what I needed so that I could order products that were needed and ones we would actually use. When I got on social media the next day, I already had a message from said friend asking when I was going to place my 35-point order for the month. I explained I was taking inventory of what I already had at home. She said, "Oh, okay, that sounds great." And I thought that was that. 4 hours later, she asked me if I had gone through the products in my home yet and if I was ready to place my order. We already know where this is going. At this point, honestly, I was already considering canceling, but I actually wanted to try out the products. She then messaged me every day of the month for 4 months until I placed my order each month. It was obnoxious. Oh my God. She kept trying to tell me this wasn't an MLM, yet the longer I was a customer, the more I realized it was absolutely an MLM and almost worse than. There wasn't a single day of the month she didn't message me asking about my order each and every month for the 4 months I was a customer until I placed the order. It was borderline harassment and awful. And this is without getting into how many times she asked me to watch some overview to start referring my friends. Oh my God. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Melaleuca is a multi-level marketing company. Yeah, it is. Yikes. What did you guys think of that one? That was pretty intense. All right, here's the next one. And this looks like it's Body by Vi, which is interesting because the 2 former CEOs, I don't know what their official title was with Body by Vi, but they actually work with Pruvit now. They're like co-CEOs, or I don't know. Again, I don't know what their title is, but I know that they're working with Pruvit. So if you have some stories around that, feel free to hit me up. Okay, here we go. A friend of mine, whom I was dating at the time, had been in MLMs many years back, Body by Vi, and I thought had left this crazy corrupt MLM business. Then, in this past year, said to me that she'd been recruited by Jessie Lee, the #1 network marketing mentor woman. These were that person that was recruited. This was their words. Said that this woman had recruited her and she felt so honored. You could tell she was smitten by Jessie Lee. Like smitten beyond, I am not sure how I told her that I was not a fan of MLMs, but if that is what she wanted to do, to go for it. But I was not going to include, that was not going to include me in her life. She was heartbroken. I was shocked when I realized she wanted to get back into MLMs without really even telling me, almost like she was hiding it from me. I felt bad that I made her choose, but I knew even though she chose me for the brief moment and she told me, Jessie Lee told her to go with her heart, which I highly doubted, especially now that I have seen multiple videos with Jessie Lee saying leave them. But there wasn't a day that went by that she didn't mention Jessie Lee. Jessie Lee this, Jessie Lee that. I'm not sure what mind control this woman has over people, but it is scary, which made me wonder, what kind of cult is this? But after the GoPro this year, we ended up breaking up. I'm sorry. I have not I have been struggling. Maybe I was wrong making her choose, not supporting her passion, thinking, maybe I was wrong. But without really knowing much about MLMs, I knew in my heart that they seemed corrupt without really having any evidence. So, since we broke up, I started just Googling and researching multi-level marketing companies. And wow, now I know more than ever how right I was, and I don't regret my decision for putting my foot down. But after watching you and hearing your story and what really goes on in these commercial cults, I know why I stood my ground. Even though it breaks my heart to see my friend disappear into this life, this cult, it scares me to death. I am sad and my heart is broken to lose my friend. I'm no longer beating myself up after hearing your words about what actually happened and exactly what I thought Pruvit and multi-level marketing companies are. It made me sad that she will go through this horrible thing. I'm hoping with all my heart that somehow she survives with her head held high and doesn't hit rock bottom, that somehow she will survive. Thank you for all that you do and all the others do for the anti-MLM movement, not only for those that are trying to survive after getting out, but for those who are left behind because we see the truth. And after watching that recent video you did, makes me sick to my stomach. Thank you again. You are appreciated so much. This was sent to me just for perspective, February of last year. So if you sent this to me, thank you for sending it. Okay, this next one is Optivia. Hi, Erin. Thanks for letting me share with you my experience. I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for, but happy to share all that I experienced. I did the program starting in April 2016 and lost 55 pounds. But the only way I was able to keep it off was to continue to eat low calories and use the fuelings for the majority of my day. So it sounds like this person was on the 5-in-1. I was asked several times to be a coach and finally joined in December of 2016 as a coach. And by the way, did you guys know, I learned this from the live stream I did the other day, that according to compliance, they're supposed to call themselves Optivia coaches, not health coaches. So if you see that, feel free to send that to compliance. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I did this for 6+ years and built a team, but it was always a struggle to keep clients and bring on coaches and, of course, get them to do anything. I was so indoctrinated, as you said on your video, in the culture that I was afraid to leave. I never made it to 6 figures, but I did make it to 5 figures, which I had never before in my life done as a stay-at-home mom. I was considered in the top few percent of the company because most people never make more than $500. I also can relate to the love bombing she talked about. It was always encouraged to have everyone coach. It was like they were presenting it as it was in their best interest. You could never speak your mind about anything you disagreed with or questioned because it was considered to be below the line. And many of my clients struggled and again were asked, well, what are you doing wrong? It should work if you're following the program. Everyone is pretty much put on the 5-in-1 regardless of size, age, or gender. That's terrifying. I think it was 2021 when I began to really start having an uneasy feeling about everything and began soul searching if this is what I really wanted to do. And each time my mentor would say, yes, you can do it. Don't quit. Keep going. It will be worth it. Now, I want to share my mentor was directly under the co-founder of the company. So I was in his quote unquote leg, a term used for teams. When I decided in 2022 to leave, I let my clients know I was leaving and many of them quit. I also let my team know because I wanted them to hear it from me, not my mentor, and hear lies that were not true. I called my mentor to let her know I was resigning, and she was not very nice. Yeah. She accused my husband of not supporting my business because he had found an online trainer / nutritionist and was working with him because both of our bodies were so screwed up from doing the program too long. Me more than him. But my husband was my number one supporter, so that was a lie. She also accused me of being a quitter and not having tenacity or grit, and that she would have to tell everyone that I no longer had grit and decided to quit. That's foul. She asked me several times if I was sure this was what I wanted to do, which I responded yes. She commented to me, "Well, I hope you don't gain your weight back since you will no longer be coaching." I stood up for myself and let her know I still had grit and tenacity, and I already had a plan in place to continue on my own health journey. I'm so proud of you reading that. Oh, I am still good friends with many of my team that I had under me, and some of them call me to vent about situations. Same. We were always told we weren't an MLM because we share and care and not sell and tell. But if clients are buying products, then you were not making any money. And here's the thing with Optivia specifically, how they say it's not an MLM because they are sharing and caring. That has nothing to do with the business model. The way that Optivia is set up as a business and how you make money and the structure of that, and more specifically, how the money flows in that company, is what makes it a multi-level marketing company. You can call it whatever you want, social retail, social selling, you can call it all kinds of stuff, but it does not change what the business model actually is, a multi-level marketing company. I was basically shamed for leaving, and rumors were spread. And then August 29th, after I resigned, how she missed me and all the memories she had. I was very important to her, and it was so surreal that I left. They were still doing what they do with their love glasses on. I'm going to call that love bombing. She also said, "I will always love you and remember me as someone that always believed in you." I feel like she's forgetting the things that she said when you told her you were resigning. It's like they just, oh, that never happened. Such weird gaslighting, it seems like. So many of the top leaders try to make you dream so big to make you work harder. They also encourage you to work harder so you can retire your husband, because if that happens, when you're all in, because your whole livelihood is dependent on the Optivia business. That was my plan until I realized it wasn't going to happen and it wasn't what I wanted. They tried to make you feel guilty if you didn't attend every event in person or every training, every Zoom, because that meant you didn't really want to grow. You could never ask other people from other teams questions or other leaders because they didn't want you to cross line. They talked about time freedom, yet you always had to be on your phone or your computer for trainings, client calls, etc. There really was no time freedom. I bought into all of this for the big dream that it was a ministry, which is something that Optivia calls, some people in Optivia call it their ministry, which I think is so spiritually manipulative. I can't even believe it. One of my good friends even asked me when she found out I was leaving and said, "You would rather go and sell a product that make an impact on people's lives?" Like, what we did wasn't selling a product. I'm not sure if any of this is helpful, and I'm sure I could share more specifics if you needed them, but I never want to wish ill will on anyone. But I do think it's time the truth is exposed. We are basically shut down if we try and say anything negative. Like I mentioned, a cease and desist order could be filed. They are definitely trying to protect themselves. Thanks for reading this long email, and let me know if I can be of any further help. And thank you for sharing your video. And then she signed her name. Thank you for sharing that. We've actually seen that recently with Optivia and how they kind of move when somebody that has some influence, a top leader, if you will, leaves the company. We've seen how they responded. So this all tracks. So thank you for sending that to me. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I think that it's awful what some of these leaders do. The love bombing, the gaslighting, I really appreciate our memories. We spent so much time together. You should come back. It's all, in my opinion, to pad their wallets. And I think that that's so gross. All right. This one is about, I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to, I hope you have a Diet Dr. Pepper. a drink, a snack for this one because this one's going to be juicy. So everybody, or hydrate or whatever. I'd like to remain anonymous. Long story short, while I am with Awakened and anti-MLM is what you do, I feel people should know what Ashley and Tracy of now they're in Zip Slim. Tracy is the gal that threatened to dox me and was talking about some of the specifics on my house and different things like that. Ashley is the gal that I have covered that says, don't be rude, say hi to your girl. And she says it multiple times. That one, I know you guys probably remember who I'm talking about. So that's the two that we're talking about here. So let me just rewind that. I feel people should still know that Ashley and Tracy, both of whom you did videos on, are bashing Awakened, but still being paid off from their customers and their team, even though they're with Zip Slim. Awakened is trying to handle it in the best legal route as we can with other companies, but a lot of us are pissed and have let that be voiced. Ashley and Tracy mass recruited to Awakened and then did nothing to help any of us. We have had to go to other leaders. Now we're trying to get the word across at how nasty and shady they have been, especially Ashley. That was my upline at Awakened. She never helped. It was excuse after excuse when in reality, all she is about the money. It's so interesting too, because in Ashley's videos that she puts out, she typically says, I'm not doing this for the money. I didn't join multi-level marketing because of the money. So the fact that behind the scenes it appears, and of course, everything in this that I'm reading is alleged, that she's allegedly about the money behind the scenes. That's very interesting, isn't it? She never helped. It was excuse after excuse, when in reality, all she is about the money. She doesn't care about the 1%, as she calls us. I enjoy the industry as it's something for me to just have for myself, but I'm so tired of I'm authentic and real, and my integrity people like her and Tracy are. What makes all of us look terrible. I've gradually been transitioning into affiliate marketing now. I love that. Please get out of your multi-level marketing company. I love that you're stepping into affiliate marketing. I think that is incredible. But I just want people to know how disgusting it is. People like Ashley do this. She's now done it at Modere, Bella Vita, Awaken, and I'm sure Zip Slim will be next. And she does the same thing at each company, excuse-wise, and shortly after she causes drama and wonders why people dislike her.
What's the matter with you?
Oof. Oh, let me not forget that she picked and chose who she was telling about her going to Zip Slim because she wanted to recruit us. They never in her chat told the team. So many were left hanging and confused. And her, Tracy, Jennifer, she's mentioning specific names. I'm not going to mention all of the names because I'm not sure who's public figures and who isn't. Apparently do this company to company together. It's disgusting that they've recruited all these people and still earn off of all of us. I'm sorry for ranting. I just want people to know the truth about these two that are fake as hell and horrible people, and I'm tired of being quiet about it. Thank you for listening. Oh, that's a lot to unpack. One of the things that I find interesting about multi-level marketing leaders and what they present on social media is it's not always what it seems to be. We know that because of the lifestyle claims and the financial, claims and different things like that. For example, they talk about time freedom, but there's no time freedom because you're constantly working from your phone. You're constantly, on a Zoom or at trainings and, all of those things. We know that there's no time freedom, but that's one of the things that they try to dangle to people to try and recruit into their company. And so I think that, when you see MLM leaders that are posting things and saying things on their videos, that's not always the case of how it is after you join. And so maybe that's a buyer beware kind of thing. Don't join an MLM. You guys already know how I feel about that. But yeah, I find that interesting. Also, again, everything that I am reading is alleged. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. This title is called the title of this email is MLM in my daily Zip Recruiter jobs email. This is Primerica. I've never talked about Primerica on my channel. I do want to cover all of the companies. I don't want to only cover, a handful of companies. I really try to be diverse in my anti-MLM content and the education and awareness that I am putting out there. So if you have information on Primerica and you want to send it my way, please do so. If you have videos that I can react to of specific companies, send it my way. There are directions on how you can do that in the video description. Okay. I am currently unemployed but looking hard. I've had 6 interviews in the last 4 days. I'm hopeful. I am sending you all the good vibes to find the job that you absolutely love that is going to pay you accordingly. I get daily emails from the big job boards with suggested job postings to check out. Yesterday, one of the suggested jobs was Primerica. I clicked the job only to report to ZipRecruiter that it's an MLM. I love that. Yes. I've got my profile settings on ZipRecruiter so that real recruiters who pay the monthly fee can see my full resume and contact info. Not cool that an MLM can just pay and get my information. I did not click apply, but it looks like they can see my info just because I looked at the job description. I got a text first thing this morning. I'm attaching screenshots. Oh man. Did I handle it correctly? Maybe not. It did cross my mind to play along and get on that Zoom call, but I don't know how to record a Zoom. I think I could have easily bested them for insurance industry knowledge. I see. Okay. I have years of insurance experience. I think she meant vested, maybe. I have years of insurance experience. I'm still licensed. Probably not a good idea for them to contact people who know how an ethical insurance company operates. Oh, I love this. Their life insurance product has an A plus rating from AM Best, but that just rates the product and claims. It does not at all rate a company for internal business practices. I hope you enjoy the screenshots. The Hun reply at the end is priceless. One of your favorite phrases. Oh my God, you guys. Let's look at these screenshots together. All right, so I'm gonna blur out any identifying location type information just so you guys are aware. But here they are. Okay, so this looks like it says this looks like the job listing. Financial services representative, Primerica. It lists the location, which I have blurred. It's a remote job, if you will. $1,000 to $7,000 monthly. One click apply. So then it shows the history of the job posting, the person that posted. You guys know what I'm talking about. And it says here that your contact info was viewed for financial services representative at Primerica. Then they thumbs upped her information. Oh my God. Then they reviewed her application. She did not apply for anything, she said. I also have phone numbers blurred out because we don't dox here. Okay, here's the text that she got. Hi, Jennifer. My name is Liz. You applied to my job posting for a financial services representative. Your resume looks great, and I'd like to conduct a Zoom interview to see if you're a good fit for us and if we're a good fit for you. When works best for you to hop on a Zoom? Evenings, weekdays, weekends? She says, may I ask for the company name? Hi, Jennifer. The company name is the job you applied for, but yes, it's Primerica. For more info, you can go to this website, in which we will go to that website. I will go to that website after this. I've applied. This is Jennifer's response. I have applied to many jobs and have had many interviews lined up. I have to know who I am getting replies from. Now, let's talk about that job. Oh, God. First of all, I did not apply to the job. I clicked on the link out of my daily emails from ZipRecruiter. If it applied me automatically, it was a mistake. Not because I would not be qualified for a real insurance job. I am. I clicked on it so that I could report it to ZipRecruiter as being an MLM, predatory, and a money losing opportunity, not a job. Jennifer, did we just become best friends? First of all, I did not. Okay, wait, I already read that. Hold on. Go ahead, start your spiel about how I don't know. I'm just a hater. I very much do know, but you betcha, I'm a hater of companies like Primerica that hope the people they get to bite don't do their research and will buy your business model designed for most to lose a lot of money. Do so only because of the people who fail. If you think that's a good and ethical business model, you are horrible. To which they responded, wowza. I'm so sorry you are taking time to spew such vile things my way. I wish you the absolute best of luck in your job search. Our business model is exactly the same as a real estate business model. I'm only doing well here because my team pours into me every day. If I win and our clients win, they win. Bless your heart. I don't think they meant that in a nice way when they said bless your heart. Jennifer responds, oh my God, pours into me in quotes, in quotation marks. That's so hun cliche, lol. You are awesome. I wish you the best, but not at the expense of others' financial loss. It is not exactly the same as a real estate business. You've been bamboozled. Okay, blocking you now. Bye bye. Jennifer, that is incredible. That is incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that with all of us. I love that you called out the behavior. I love that you were trying to report it, and I'm sure you did report it. And I'd love to hear what ZipRecruiter said about it if you heard back from them. So, that was a lot, you guys. That was a whole lot. MLM Horror Stories number 4. There is more coming. Thank you guys that submitted your story to me. And again, if you would like to submit your horror story to me, it's in the video description on how you can do that. And yeah, yikes. Yikes. Guys, don't join an MLM. Don't do it. You heard the stories. This is just one of many. Don't do it. If you loved today's video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. That would be amazing. Guys, I'm so excited. We just hit 9,000 subscribers. And when I say us, it's because I couldn't do this without the support of you guys. So thank you to everybody that watches, especially watches all the way through, that likes the video, that comments, that interacts with me, that shares it with a friend. And shout out to all of the members. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all of your support. I cannot thank you guys enough. So that's all I have for you guys today. And looking forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great one, everybody.